This is a CBS2 News update. I'm Mary Calvi. We are learning new information about the two victims killed in the shooting at a video game tournament in Jacksonville, Florida. The gunman then also killed himself. He's been identified as 24-year-old David Katz of Baltimore, seen here in a previous tournament. His home was later searched. 9 other people were wounded by gunshots, including a man from New Jersey.
It was pop, 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 like it didn't stop.
We were just in the middle of the game, and then when the gunshots happened, we all just kind of ducked under the table.
People were hiding. Everybody was screaming in fear.
It hits me. It was like I might not get out of here.
No motive has been released. The humidity and hot weather is back today, so let's turn things over to John Elliott with the hot forecast.
How many hots was that?
One more. Hot.
Hot. Yeah, that's it. You got to count your hots. All right. Some like it hot, so yeah, some like it not so hot. It is staying warm. It's already 80. Woo! That's the 11 o'clock observation out of the park. So 80 is the reading. It's a little better off north and west. Oh, it's already 84 in the Hamptons. But, you know, the payoff is once that southwest wind cranks in, you won't be as hot out on the east end. 84 for the Jersey Shore as well. So numbers compared to yesterday, most stations 5 to 10 degrees warmer. Dew points are also up. And when you factor in the dew points right now at 70, you're going to feel it. And those dew points stay high, too. So after a nice weekend, we're turning things around Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, so it's a heat wave. That the cumulative effect, again, that means you're going to see those real feel numbers even higher on your Tuesday and Wednesday. It's a big ridge of high pressure, so we stay dry, but you start to feel it. 90 today with that steamy heat, and then remember the numbers just continue to climb both Tuesday and Wednesday at 94 with that sultry sunshine. Heat advisories will kick in. Then we break it with some thunderstorms later on Thursday. But it is hot, hot, hot. So make sure you're not and pace yourself. Mary?
John, thank you. Happening now, the mayor of Hoboken is meeting with Suez Water executives after a series of water main breaks in the city. A Suez Water project that may be behind the trouble is now on hold. CBS's Lisa Rosner reports.
Another break, another roadblock. Sunday's water main break on 13th Street, no surprise.
How often do you remember there being a water main break?
Almost every time I walk down the street.
7 times this summer there's been pipe problems, including Monday when dozens of residents had no water on Newark and Adams Streets, and Saturday a few blocks from there when exclusive surveillance video showed the moment a 16-inch water main broke, creating a river down several roads and flooding at least one basement.
It's outraging, you know, if you think about it. It's ridiculous. A city shouldn't have this much money and these things keep happening. Someone's dropping the ball here. Clearly there's not enough maintenance being done.
When is it going to get fixed permanently?
After scenes like this car trapped in a sinkhole caused by a water main break in 2017, the city claimed it was undergoing a major infrastructure overhaul. But the mayor believes the summer spike is correlated to an underground meter project Suez Water began a month and a half ago to calibrate the city's daily water use.
We will be conducting an investigation to determine whether there's a causal connection. Typically, water mains occur in the winter when there's the pipes freeze. We're in the middle of summer.
And the chair of the city's infrastructure committee says there's a lot of questions for Suez executives Monday morning.
Where do we think the next break potentially is, and what should we be doing now to get in front of it as much as possible? Suez would not make anyone available to interview with us, but a spokesperson says the company will investigate whether that meter project did have something to do with this summer spike in water main breaks. In Hoboken, New Jersey, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
Cameras will be back on by the time kids return to school next week, thanks to some political maneuvering. Governor Cuomo announced today he is signing an executive order to get the cameras back on by next Tuesday, one day before the start of the new school year. Cuomo called this an emergency situation.
Emergency situations are normally things like fires, floods, hurricanes, terrorist attacks. But an emergency, by definition, is a situation that may cause the loss of human life. If we do not put the speed cameras back in an operational capacity, I think it is inarguable, but that there is a high probability that we will have the loss of human life. That is what all the evidence shows.
Speed cameras were turned off on July 25th when the program expired and lawmakers did not renew it. Cuomo said the executive order will reinstate that law. The cameras cover 140 school zones around the city. Police have made another arrest in the death of a Bronx teen who was attacked by a machete-wielding gang. 29-year-old Ronald Arena is facing several charges, including murder. On July 20th, Lissandro Jr. Guzman Feliz was dragged out of a bodega in Belmont and killed by several alleged gang members. Police say it was a case of mistaken identity. This is the 13th arrest in the case. New video of two boys, police say, torched several vehicles parked in a lower Manhattan garage. Investigators say the boys snuck into the facility on Madison Street and poured an accelerant on 3 trucks and a backhoe, then set them on fire. It happened Saturday afternoon just before 4 o'clock. Vehicles belong to the Department of Environmental Protection. Police say the fire caused substantial damage. And police are searching for a man who attacked a woman and tried to rape her in the entrance to her apartment building in Harlem. It happened just before 5 Saturday morning near 128th Street and 5th Avenue. Investigators say the man first groped the woman, then tried to subdue her. She fought back. Video shows her grabbing the man by the throat and pushing him out the front door. She then reopens the door while holding a knife, and then he finally leaves. Flags at New York State buildings and government buildings here in the city are at half-staff in honor of Senator John McCain. The Vietnam War veteran will get a hero's send-off this week, lying in state at both Arizona and U.S. Capitol buildings. He'll also be eulogized at memorial services by former Vice President Joe Biden and former Presidents Obama and George W. Bush. The 81-year-old died Saturday in Arizona after discontinuing medical treatment for an aggressive form of brain cancer. Wednesday would have been his 82nd birthday. The Broadway community remembering Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Neil Simon, who died yesterday. The prolific writer penned such timeless hits as Barefoot in the Park and The Odd Couple. His career spanned decades, with rarely a time when his work was not featured on stage or screen. Neil Simon's plays chronicled the struggles and fears of the middle class in America, with humorous situations that resonated with his audience. His body of work includes 30 plays. At one point in the 60s, Simon had 4 shows on Broadway at the same time. Neil Simon died at New York Presbyterian Hospital from complications with pneumonia yesterday. He was 91 years old. Happening now, 8 former champs serve up the excitement on day 1 of the U.S. Open today, including last year's women's champ Sloane Stephens. Sisters Serena and Venus Williams also playing separate matches. On the men's side, Andy Murray and last year's champ Rafael Nadal hit the courts. A surprising move from Uber. The company known for delivering car rides says it will put more of its focus on its scooter and bike businesses. The CEO says cars are often inefficient for short urban travel. The ride-sharing firm has invested in a number of bike startups, including Lime, based in California, and Jump, which offers electric bikes in 8 cities, including some parts of New York. A chance to read up on the classics, no library card needed. The New York Public Library is posting classic novels and short stories to its Instagram account under the hashtag InstaNovels. You don't need to live in the city or even be a New York Public Library card holder to enjoy the new service. Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland was the first offering, posted just last week. The In My Feelings challenge has been going on for a while now, with people jumping out of their cars and celebrities adding their own spin to the Drake hit song. But leave it to the Wolverine to bring this dance craze to a whole new level.
Ready? Yeah. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. 'Cause I want you and I need you. And I'm down for you always, KB.
That's Hugh Jackman, not missing a beat, doing his underwater version of Kiki, Do You Love Me? And his Instagram followers are loving every move, with almost 2.5 million views to that. And that's your CBS2 News Update. I'm Mary Calvi. Have a great day.